apply materials management and inventory control. There will be several techniques regarding this, so we'll get to know from this particular chapter. What are all the major influencing factors that included in the manufacturing methods will be come under this chapter. Basically, work study will get to know about this fourth module. In that work study, you'll know about the method study and work measurement will be there. Then importance of work study. Hello everyone, welcome to our course Production and Operation Management. I am Devendra Somappa, Faculty, Department of Commerce and Management, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. Have you ever wondered how does the Amazon company can deliver its product within one day? How does the Samsung can manufacture millions of mobile phones? How does Domino's prepare thousands of pizzas within an hour? So it's all included in this chapter, Productions and Operations Management. Yes, this is the course for BBA 5th semester. We'll be learning Productions and Operations Management. Today is all about introductory sessions where we'll understand the complete syllabus, learning outcome and internal and examinations pattern. So this is an agenda of this particular class. We'll be getting to know about the syllabus which we have included in the Productions and Operations Management. Along with that, the learning outcome, what we are learning with these particular chapters, and the models that included in the Productions and Operations Management. It consists of 5 models. So then the internals and main examinations pattern. Yes, let's get into this. This is the syllabus of Productions and Operations Management. We'll be having 5 important models in this chapter. First, it's purely related on Introduction to Productions and Operations Management, where we'll understand the foundations of this chapter. And the second module consists of manufacturing methods. And the third one, plant locations and layout. And the fourth one, material management and work study, method study and work measurements. And the fifth one, production planning and control and quality control. So let's get into this in detail. See, move on to the first. Before going to the syllabus, we'll get to know the learning outcomes. Major outcomes, you'll know about the natures and scope and importance of productions. Why we know about the productions and the management, we'll get to know from this chapter. And it can compare various manufacturing methods based on the plant layout and what are all the process that included in the manufacturing. It consists of some batch process, manufacturing. These will be included in the second learning outcome. And apply materials management and inventory control. There will be several techniques regarding this. So we'll get to know from this particular chapter. And analyze work study methods for improving productivity and efficiency. That will be known from this chapter. And we can easily evaluate the productions, planning and control system to enhance the quality management in this chapter. And we can demonstrate practical exposures while getting to the industrial visit, something related to that. So we'll get to know from this chapter. So now move on to the first module, Introduction to Productions and Operations Management. See, as you know that this chapter basically regarding the fundamentals, the foundations of productions and operations. So what are all the basics foundations for this? The basic nature scope will be included in the Productions and Operations Management. And the productions as a system. Basically, what is productions? What are all the importance that included in the production process that will be considered in this chapter. And the decision making in productions, where what are all the plant locations, what is the strategies we have to make while preparing productions. So everything will be comes under this decision making in productions. And the major importance of production functions. Why it is most important in a manufacturing unit, what are all the major significance that included in the productions management that will be known from this chapter. and the production management versus operations management. What is actually about? What is the difference between productions management and operations management? That will you know from this chapter. Basically, the productions management, it consists of manufacturing methods, and the operations management, it consists of both in the sense manufacturing and service sectors. And the major scope of productions and operations management, and along with the basic features of modern productions and operations functions. And JIT, that is nothing but just in time, significance and concepts. From this first module, you'll get to know the fundamentals and the basic foundations of this chapter. Let's move on to the second unit, the manufacturing methods. This is basically after the introductions of productions and management, we'll get to know the factory influencing choices of manufacturing methods. What are all the major influencing factors that included in the manufacturing methods will become under this chapter. So basically, if you say for an example, if it is a process method, what is the basic element is petroleum product. Petroleum process refinery will become under the process manufacturing method. In the same manner, if it is job, we can take tailor shop as an example for this. So in the same manner, what are the major methods that included in the manufacturing sectors, that how it will be influencing the factors, we'll get to know from this manufacturing methods. Then what are all the major classifications of manufacturing method, how they are segregating the methods, we'll get to know this. So then project methods, that is jobbing, batch productions, and mass and flow productions. So say for an example, if it is mass, we can take car manufacturing companies will come under the mass production. So, and the process of productions, how it will be, it included the meaning and characteristics and major concepts that will be covered under the manufacturing method. So this will be every manufacturing methods that included in the second module. In the third module, it is regarding plant locations and layout. In this module, actually we know about where the factory should be located. So why that is much important, the locations matters. So that will be covered in this chapter, specifically factors affecting the locations. What are all the basic factors that influence the location, that will be included in this chapter. And the plant layout principles, what are all the basic rules and regulations, it consider the plant layout in this chapter. And the major types of plant layout, what are all the major layouts which will included in the plant layout will be learned through with this chapter. We'll be having process layout, product layout, combined layout, hybrid, static, and project, cellular, and job shop layout. So every plant layout concept will be get to know from this chapter. And the major different types of facilities regarding the buildings, sanitations, the lighting, AC, occupations, and safety and health measures. So these are all the major factors that included in this third module. Basically, why the factory locations matters a lot, and how we have to assemble every machines in this particular factory, we'll get to know from this third module. So then move on to fourth module. It's related on materials management and work study. So in this fourth module, you'll get to know the methods to study about work measurements. It includes the procurement, vendor listing, material handling, inventory control. So in the sense, the basic inventories like raw materials, direct materials, work in progress, and finished goods. Every inventory measures or inventory control that included in the fourth module. So then basically work study, you'll get to know about this fourth module. In that work study, you'll know about the method study and work measurement will be there. Then importance of work study. So it's purely related on manufacturing units. Why that work study matters a lot in the manufacturing or productions management. So then, and finally, factors influencing productivity. What are all the major factors that influencing productions, that will be included in the fourth module. And also the basic concepts of standard of time and method study, time and motion study. So then relationship between time and motion study and work study will be included in the fourth module. So then finally, the techniques of work measurement. What are all the major techniques should be used in the work measurement, that will be included in the fourth module. So then we move on to the last module, that is productions planning, control and quality control. So in this fifth module, we get to know about why that is the planning is important before producing the product. So that we know about this particular module. In that, we'll know about the major objectives of productions planning and the control. And along with that, we'll be know about the principles, process, functions of PPC, and so then techniques, statistical quality control. So then these quality control and PPC is nothing but production planning control. Everything will be included in the fifth module. So then finally, quality management, that includes Six Sigma, ISO and TQM concepts. It will be covered in the fifth module. Yes, these are all the 5 important modules that included in the productions and operations management. So then we move on to next, the skill development activities. As we know that productions and operations management, it's quite a practical related subject, in the sense we have to go and visit directly to the industries. So then we get to know actually how the productions will be happening and what are all the services providing through with the particular productions and operations management. So specifically, if you want to increase our skills, based on that we have to visit a manufacturing unit and get to know how the process will be going on. That will be get to know from the industrial visit. So and along with several points that in the class itself, you can diagrammatical shows the layout of industries. So then a business service unit visited by us, it will be increases the skills development. Yes, along with that, any two manufacturing companies, if you're visiting that particular manufacturing unit, you'll get to know how the productions process will be going on. So you'll know about this particular chapter. So these all the points will be included to develop our skills by directly visiting the industries. Yes, next, the internals pattern. So these internals will consist of total 30 marks. In this 30 marks, it will be categorized for internals 1 and second unit. For internals 2, it will be third, fourth and fifth units also included, and it will be for 30 marks paper. There may be 15 marks questions will be there, 10 marks questions will be there, and 5 marks questions will be there. So total 30 marks papers it included in the internal examinations. So then move on to the main examination. As we know that this is a core paper, it consists of total 100 marks. In that 100 marks, we will be assigning you, will be giving you 20 marks as an internals, and another 80 marks will be coming from your main examinations. For that main examination, they will be segregating 3 important part A, part B and part C. In that part A, there will be 4 questions, and for that 4 questions, you have to only answer 2 questions. It consists of 15 marks. 2 questions into 15 marks, it will be 30 marks. In the part B, it will be 5 questions. You have to write 3 questions. 3 questions into 10 marks, it will be 30. And the part C, there will be 20 marks sections. They will be asking 6 questions. In that 6 questions, we supposed to write only 4 questions, that each questions are carrying 5 marks. So then it will be 20. By adding 30, 30 and 20, it will be 80 marks. From each 5 modules, there will be very important sessions. So 15 marks, there will be 15 marks, there will be 4 questions they may ask. You have to write only 2 questions. For 30 marks, section B, they will be asked 5 questions. You have to write only 3 questions in that. And for 5 marks paper, they ask you 6 questions. You're supposed to write only 4 questions. So based on this, they will be categorized for 80 marks paper. So then the books for references, I suppose S.N. Chari and Ashwatthappa and A.C. Chinuwala papers and Thomas E. These are the major 4 important books you have to refer for your more knowledge. Thank you for watching.